This is the story of a 777 taking off. Well, it was supposed to be a normal takeoff, but it went very wrong very fast. On May 2015, an Air Canada 777 was to fly from Toronto to Montreal. The pilots were doing a night departure from Toronto. As the 777 sped down the runway, the pilots' hands were steady on the controls. They were experienced pilots, not new to this route. The tower cleared them for takeoff. The 777 picked up speed. The jet blasted past the 747 and sped down the runway. And then suddenly, the jet veered off the runway and went into the grass. It came to a stop just short of the overpass that would have sent it into the river. The 777 had taken off, but not in a way that it was supposed to. Inside the cockpit, the pilots were struggling to figure out what had happened. One of the pilots looked at the other and said, "What the F?" He couldn't believe what had just happened. But they needed to figure out why this had happened and fix it fast because there were passengers on board. There were 307 passengers and 16 crew members on board. Thankfully, none of them were seriously injured, but they all had a close call with death. As the plane veered off the runway, it had sliced through the protective concrete barrier that was supposed to keep planes on the runway. The wind snatched at the now useless barrier as the 777 slid to a stop. You can see the wind snatching at the barrier. The barrier was designed to withstand the force of a 747 taking off, but not the force of a 777 taking off. After the crash, Air Canada grounded its entire fleet of 777s until it could determine the cause of the crash. The pilots had reported that nothing was out of the ordinary during the takeoff. So why did the 777 take off so badly? The answer was scrunched up in a piece of paper in the pilot's pocket. During the investigation, they found out that one of the pilots had taken off with the autopilot engaged. The 777 is a high-tech plane and can take off without a pilot. But this feature is only supposed to be used when no one is on board. In this case, there were passengers and crew on board, so it shouldn't have been engaged. When the pilot engaged the autopilot, it set the takeoff thrust at 150%. This caused the plane to accelerate faster than it should have. When the pilot took control of the plane, it was too late. The plane had taken off and it wasn't going to stop anytime soon. It is a good thing that the pilots were able to keep the plane on the runway because if they had lost control of the plane, it would have gone into the river. After this incident, Air Canada grounded its entire fleet of 777s. A spokesperson for the airline said, "We don't want anything like this to ever happen again." The Transportation Safety Board of Canada called this incident a near catastrophe. A small mistake had almost deadly consequences. Have you ever been in a near catastrophe? Share your story below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.